Alright, listen up. If you've ever felt like you're playing emotional chess blindfolded, if you're sick of women pulling the strings, or if the very thought of losing your respect keeps you up at night, then this is for you. Most men stumble through relationships, reacting to every emotional whim, becoming prey to subtle manipulation, wondering why they can't build lasting power. They fail to understand that true connection isn't about being nice, it's about strategic advantage, a profound masculine strategy that puts you squarely in command. Today, we're diving into the dark arts of influence, straight from the playbook of Machiavelli. We're talking about the mental game where words aren't just communication, they're surgical instruments. Forget superficial charm. I'm about to reveal 10 specific questions designed to bypass her conscious defenses, pierce her emotional shield, and uncover truths she didn't even know she possessed. These aren't just questions, they are psychological bombs, setting off chain reactions that activate desire, mystery, and deep, often contradictory emotions. This is about real seduction, understanding what she truly feels, not just what she says. Mastering these inquiries will give you unparalleled emotional control, allowing you to decode her deepest drivers and position yourself as the ultimate high-value man. Ignore this wisdom, and you'll remain just another man she'll forget. This is your chance to step into your true power. Are you ready to see the game for what it really is? Are you ready to see the game for what it really is? Good, we're not playing by conventional rules here. These aren't simply getting to know you questions. That's for amateurs. We're talking about a strategic deployment, a true masculine strategy designed to bypass her conscious filters and tap directly into her subconscious. Think of it as psychological warfare where each query is a finely tuned instrument, not to extract data, but to incite a reaction. The objective isn't for her to tell you what she thinks, it's to make her reveal what she feels, what she truly desires, and what contradicts her stated intentions. This is the essence of true emotional control, influencing her internal landscape, not just the external conversation. This subtle manipulation of her reality activates a deep sense of mystery and ignites an almost irresistible desire. When you consistently trigger these internal shifts, you effortlessly position yourself as a high-value man, someone who understands the very fabric of human attraction. This isn't about reciting lines, it's about the precision of your delivery, the tone, the timing, the pregnant silence. You allow these elements amplify its impact, turning a simple sentence into a profound psychological maneuver. This isn't just theory. It's rooted in the timeless principles of Machiavelli, a master of human nature, applied to the modern arena. This is the mental game, the ultimate test of your strategic mind, where gaining her respect is a byproduct of your unwavering power. But before we unleash the first question, you must grasp a hidden mechanism. This hidden mechanism is the art of strategic disruption. It's not about finding common ground, it's about introducing a dissonance, a subtle tremor in her carefully constructed reality. Most men approach women attempting to connect on a superficial level, echoing her opinions, validating her current state. That's weak. That's how you become forgettable. The hidden mechanism we're activating is designed to bypass her conscious defenses and ignite her subconscious with a spark of intrigue. Even a flicker of uncomfortable self-reflection when you ask one of these questions. You're not seeking information. You're implanting a thought, a concept, that forces her internal monologue to shift. You create a moment of genuine self-inquiry within her, a cognitive loop that she must complete. This is true emotional control. You are subtly manipulating her perception, not through deception, but by unveiling perspectives she hasn't considered, or perhaps actively avoids. This isn't a game of words. It's a mental game, where your objective is to occupy real estate in her mind long after the conversation ends. It's a masculine strategy, directly impacting her internal chemistry, making her question, making her feel. This is how a high-value man operates, not by chasing, but by intriguing. This form of respectful yet potent influence is a direct application of Machiavellian principles, translated from statecraft to the art of attraction. Your power isn't in what you say, but in the internal process you provoke. This subtle manipulation earns profound respect because it demonstrates an understanding of human nature that few possess. Now, let's dive into the first question that will begin this psychological chess match, a question designed to pierce through her superficial layers and directly access her emotional core. The question is, what kind of man is hard for you to forget, even if he wasn't good for you? This isn't merely a conversation starter. It's an invasive probe into her subconscious emotional landscape, a deliberate forcing of connection with memories of intense emotional impact. You're not just asking about past relationships, you're tapping into her intimate addictions, the patterns of attraction and resonance that lie beneath her conscious preferences. This masculine strategy forces her to confront the type of a man who truly occupies real estate in her mind, often revealing that it's not the predictable, safe choice, but rather the man who commanded power, perhaps even through challenging her. By introducing this dynamic, you project intensity onto yourself. You become associated with the kind of man who leaves an indelible mark, subtly influencing her perception of your own high value. This form of subtle manipulation is not about deception. It's about revealing truth and associating yourself with it. However, the execution is paramount. Rule 1. Do not judge her answer. It is data, not a confessional for your moral critique. Rule 2. Do not interrupt her. Allow the silence to compel her to dig deeper into her own psyche. Rule 3. Do not, under any circumstances, tell your own story or offer your experiences. This isn't a reciprocal sharing session. It's a strategic extraction of information. This mental game demands your complete presence and active listening, not a monologue. When to deploy this? Only in an environment of established complicity, a tranquil space where deep questions feel natural, not forced. This amplifies your power, demonstrating a comfort with profound topics that few men possess. Now, beyond merely unearthing her past attachments, we need to understand how to leverage this newfound insight to forge an unbreakable bond, a unique connection built on raw truth. Her confession, that most dangerous awakening, isn't just data, it's a blueprint to her deepest psychological vulnerabilities and desires. When she reveals what darkness another man evoked, she's also showing you the specific keys to her internal fortress. Your ability to listen without judgment, to hold that space for her most potent, untamed self, immediately elevates your status. This is the essence of true emotional control, not just mastering your own reactions, but facilitating hers in a way that deepens the connection. You become the rare man who isn't afraid of her shadows, perhaps even the one who can dance with them. This subtle form of manipulation, born from profound understanding, builds a different kind of respect. It's a mental game where you've just proven you can navigate territories other men fear. This masculine strategy isn't about exploiting weakness, but about recognizing power where others see only risk. By accepting her dangerous side, you become intrinsically linked to that intensity, cultivating an addictive emotional intimacy. This Machiavellian insight dictates that true power lies not in overt dominance, but in the psychological mastery of connection. She now perceives you as a high-value man, capable of understanding the depths of her being, someone who doesn't shy away from the complex truth. The next move is crucial: how you respond to this unveiled vulnerability, transforming a shared secret into a strategic advantage, moving us closer to understanding. Now, let's pivot to a different battlefield, one that operates beneath the surface, in the silent language of the body. Imagine you're in a moment of quiet intimacy. You ask her, what signals does your body give when someone starts to please you, but you don't want it to be noticed? This isn't just a question. It's a precise probe into her deepest nonverbal territory. You're forcing her to become acutely aware of her own physical reactions, bringing her body and its involuntary confessions into the foreground. This masculine strategy is potent because it bypasses the rational mind and activates her emotional hemisphere directly. She's forced to confront the hidden vulnerability of her physical self, the subconscious tells she tries to suppress. By asking this, you immediately position yourself as a master reader of human emotion, someone who understands the nuanced interplay between desire and denial. This is where the Machiavellian edge truly sharpens. Once she reveals these hidden cues, you then have the option, the power, to subtly point out the very signal she's giving in that moment. It's a calculated move within the mental game, a form of exquisite manipulation, not to exploit, but to acknowledge and heighten. Your ability to perceive and articulate these unspoken truths commands a profound level of respect. It demonstrates the kind of astute observation only a truly high-value man possesses. This focused attention on her physical language elevates your standing. It's about more than just conversation. It's about demonstrating your capacity for deep emotional control, both yours and hers. This kind of interaction builds a unique connection, showing you're not just listening to her words, but reading the entire symphony of her being, establishing a foundation of understanding that most men only dream of. You transcend the superficial, diving deep into the unconscious currents of her being. This isn't merely conversation. It's a precise psychological probe, a masterclass in emotional control. Your ability to detect the micro-expressions, the subtle shifts in posture, the unconscious tells, grants you a unique form of power. It's the ultimate mental game, a chess match played with the deepest parts of her psyche. When you gently, almost imperceptibly acknowledge these unspoken truths, you engage in a sophisticated form of manipulation, not for ill intent, but to create a deeper resonance, to disarm her defenses through sheer perceptiveness. This masculine strategy, rooted in a Machiavellian understanding of human nature, earns you immense respect. She sees you not just as a listener but as an astute observer, a truly high-value man who possesses an almost uncanny insight into the human condition. This profound level of perception is an absolute game-changer, fostering a connection built on raw honesty and undeniable fascination. She begins to realize that while you see her, truly see her, you are not easily seen through. This creates the subtle, intoxicating peril she subconsciously craves. It's not about grand gestures of danger, but the quiet threat of your impenetrable self-possession, the way you hold your cards close even as you reveal hers. This is where the true, emotional chess begins. You've established yourself as a high-value man, a master of the mental game. But now you introduce the element of the chase, not through scarcity, but through an unwavering internal fortress. Your Machiavellian understanding of human dynamics dictates that true power lies not just in what you reveal, but in what you strategically withhold. This isn't manipulation in a malicious sense. It's a masculine strategy for maintaining magnetic respect. She experiences an exquisite tension, drawn to your depth and piercing insight, yet unable to fully claim the entirety of your being. This deliberate calibration of presence and absence, a nuanced dance of emotional control, is what makes her feel a delicious sense of danger she can't resist. She wonders about the unexplored territories within you, the boundaries you subtly, yet firmly uphold. This creates an insatiable curiosity, turning her desire into a quest for discovery, a relentless pursuit of the man who sees everything yet remains a captivating enigma. This isn't about playing games, it's about being the prize, cultivating an aura of a captivating enigma. This aura, my friend, is your true masculine strategy. When you pose the question, what's the craziest thing you'd do if no one ever knew it was you? You're not just asking for a confession. You are, in essence, handing her a key to a locked chamber within her own psyche. You're activating her hidden mind, giving her implicit permission to momentarily shatter the societal chains of expectation. This isn't manipulation. It's a profound understanding of the human desire for freedom, for the illicit thrill of transgressing boundaries, even if only in thought. You become the silent confessor, the safe space for her deepest, most unfiltered fantasies. The very act of imagining this liberation, provoked by your question, subtly links that intoxicating feeling directly to you. It's a masterful stroke of emotional control. You don't need a detailed answer. The raw, uninhibited thought process itself is the objective. This creates an invisible connection, a silent pact born from a shared exploration of the forbidden. She now associates you with this sense of unbridled possibility, this thrilling escape from the mundane. This is an advanced mental game, a demonstration of your power to evoke profound introspection and emotional resonance. It garners not just her interest, but deep subconscious respect, solidifying your status as a high-value man who dares to venture into the shadows of the human condition. She begins to see you as the architect of her psychological liberation, the one who understands the hidden currents of desire. And once you've shown her the path to this exhilarating freedom, the next step is to guide her deeper into the labyrinth of her own denial. The "was it me?" query was the opening salvo in this psychological warfare. Now, you press on the exact fault lines of her emotional control by asking how she actually behaves when those inconvenient tremors of affection threaten to breach her defenses. You trigger a raw, uncomfortable This isn't exposure, it's illumination. She's reliving the internal conflict, the visceral effort to dissimulate, to repress genuine feelings. This Machiavellian approach isn't cruelty. It's a profound understanding of the human psyches, to an intricate dance with vulnerability. You're compelling her to examine her unconscious masculine strategy of self-preservation, her attempts at emotional control. This intense introspection, prompted solely by your direct question, establishes a unique power dynamic. You aren't probing for who she fell for, but how she tried to stop it, the specific mental game she plays against herself. This quiet act of revealing her internal battleground paradoxically builds immense respect for you. You become the catalyst for her self-discovery, the mirror reflecting her hidden strengths. This is not crude manipulation. It's a refined demonstration of your capacity to navigate emotional currents, marking you unmistakably as a high-value man. As she grapples with these truths, you're silently observing, understanding the precise mechanisms of her heart, preparing for the next layer of this intricate unraveling. Now, with her defenses lowered, gently pivot. The question isn't just how she fought it, but what precisely she was fighting against. What specific attributes of that man, that presence, that interaction, forced her hand? What energy did he project that necessitated such an intense internal mental game of self-preservation and emotional control? This isn't about identifying the individual, but about dissecting the stimulus. Was it his unshakable masculine strategy, his quiet confidence that never needed validation, his refusal to be emotionally swayed by her tests? You are asking her to re-experience the very essence of what made him unforgettable, compelling her to reconstruct the moments where his power truly registered. This Machiavellian approach reveals the exact architecture of the high-value man who penetrates her sophisticated defenses. It's a mapping exercise, detailing the type of energy that bypasses her usual manipulation tactics and commands genuine respect. She's unconsciously outlining the pattern, the signature of a man whose presence leaves an indelible mark, revealing not just her weaknesses, but the strengths of the men who truly resonated. Understanding this energetic imprint is crucial, because it moves beyond surface-level attraction to the core of what truly captivates, preparing you to dissect another critical element of lasting impact. Now, tell me, have you ever faced a woman's manipulation, only realizing the intricate mental game after it was too late? Share your experiences below, and let's discuss the power of true emotional control. If you're serious about mastering the Machiavellian art of influence and becoming the high-value man who commands genuine respect through an unshakable masculine strategy, then subscribe to this channel and activate that bell. It's the only way you'll unlock the advanced tactics most men never discover. For the next step in dismantling her tests and building undeniable magnetism, click the suggested video now. Stay sharp.